If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. In addition to that, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other platforms. Why not check it out today? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Depending on what time you're listening to this, I like to greet you properly. And I just did this whole episode on another platform, and I thought that it was recording on here, and it was not. So I'm just going to give a summary of that. But I fail not to share it here I will not fail not to share it here because it's important. As you see in the title, exposure. What is it and what does it mean? Exposure is something that we often don't talk about because we like to hide. We like to live a life that is not who we really are. And today I want to encourage you, for whoever this is to be the real you, and be the real you starting today, right now. If God showed you who you are, as we've talked about before, believe it. Start living it. And before I get too deep, let's talk about exposure, the definition. The state of being exposed to contact with something. Example, the dangers posed by exposure to asbestos. So being exposed to something is getting in contact with something. That's simple. Then another definition of it is the revelation of an identity or fact, especially one that is concealed or likely to arouse disapproval. She took her life for fear of exposure as a spy. That's the example. And some of the similar words to exposure are uncovering, revelation, showing, display, exhibition, disclosure, manifestation, unveiling, unmasking, discovery, unearthing, divulgence, denunciation, and condemnation, detection, betrayal, expose, of course, and publication and publishing. So the power behind exposing the real you is deep. And it definitely allows you to walk by faith and not by fear. So if you say that you're a doctor, start acting like a doctor today. If you say that you are a wife, start being a wife today. If you say that you're a husband, start being a husband today. If you say that you were rich, be rich today. The thing is, stop waiting to receive the tangible before you start living in who you really are. This is just a nugget for your Friday to live your life on purpose daily. To understand the process in your life is necessary. And to understand that exposure is a part of that journey. Exposure is sometimes very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. You're like, oh my goodness, I am not ready. I don't know. However, if you don't expose the thing, how will you heal? Now, don't get it misunderstood. There are those things that are private. There are those things that is not supposed to be exposed yet, because premature exposure is also very toxic, as in keeping it in when it should come out. So that's where you must get in your relationship with your Creator so that you can have that wisdom through His Ruach HaKodesh to lead you. I encourage you today to start exposing the real you so that you can start being who you really are. Like, that's pure torture to keep living in a shell that, one, you were supposed to come out of a long time. Because I won't say that the Creator didn't put it there, because there's sometimes a shell for preparation. There's sometimes a shell that keeps you hidden until you're supposed to come out. But once the Creator shows you who you are, this is for you. Start being who you are. And as I say often, no one has a heaven or hell to put you in but your Creator. So stop worrying about what other people will say and or think. They don't wear your shoes. And if they don't like it, I advise you to share my message about walking in someone else's shoes. All right? So, it's Friday, y'all. We went in together, and exposure is where it's at today. That's what I'm talking about today, all day. If you talk to me, we talking about exposure. Why? Because as I was listening to another podcaster, he was sharing today about hiding. Like, is hiding good? Is hiding bad? And what are the things that come with hiding, and why we should hide, why we shouldn't hide, when to hide. And as I kept hearing the word hidden, I kept hearing the word expose. We as people don't like to expose our reality because we're so worried about what other people may think, when our reality is what we were created to do. Get that, y'all. As I shared another social media post, it was from a pastor that had blessed my life years ago. She has shared a post that said, this part of your story right now is going to be the greatest part of your testimony. Now, this is it. Whoever this is for. You that's trying to hide the real you because you're worried about what other people gonna think. How you going to share your testimony? How you going to be your brother's keeper? How you going to help somebody else if you won't even expose who the Creator created you to be? How insulting is that to our Father? I'm guilty. We went in together. Don't take it as if I think I've arrived. No, ma'am. No, sir. I'm right here with you. We having this conversation together. The Father just asked me to share it because I have to expose my gift. That's who He created me to be. He created me to talk about it. So I'm here to talk about it, to allow you in your quiet place to be able to examine yourself before the Creator examines you completely. Literally, start looking at who the real you is. If you are somebody that you're faking right now, stop faking. Be the real you. Don't nobody care. We care because we see that you're not being who God created you to be, because sometimes the hiding place starts to come out before you're ready. And that's when it hurts. If you don't put yourself in a position to forever be ready, when you're put on the spot and you're not ready, that's when it hurts, because you're going to get through it. It's going to be all right. However, if you don't start being the real you, it's going to come out anyway. So, start living your life on purpose today. Okay? And a part of that is exposing the real you. Stop hiding. Those days are over, man. Be you. This is for you. If you a doctor, wear that. Be like, I'm a doctor. How you gonna act? That's what it is. How you gonna act when you get that very tangible thing that you have been waiting for the Creator to give you, if you don't even cherish the things that He's given you thus far? He's like, man, I gave you this. I showed you the books that you're supposed to study. I gave you that contract. I had that singer call you. I had that racetrack show in front of you to watch so that you can learn how to manage your racetrack if that's what you desire to own. I gave you the studio to practice in so I could show you how to create your own. I gave you a hand to write. I gave you the thoughts to write, but you won't write. This is what the Creator is saying to us today. Start exposing who you really are. It's baby steps, of course. There's wisdom involved. I can't tell you how to do it. That's what the Ruach HaKodesh is for. That's what the relationship and the Creator is for. Get in your word. He will lead you. He will guide you. However, you must start doing it. He ain't going to force you. Just like the man at the pool of Bethesda, he did not force him to get in. He said, hey, you need to get in your mat. You need to pick your mat up and just do what you need to do. So I encourage you today, stop being scared. Hiding. Ooh, did y'all hear that? Oh, hiding. I just made myself laugh like I just did some hyena noise. Wow. I was hype. Excuse me. But yeah, y'all. So hiding the real you, that's toxic. That's torture. Stop living a torture life. Be you. Be you today. Be you on this Friday today. Challenge yourself. Okay? Be encouraged. But yeah, if you don't know how to act before you get that thing, you ain't gonna know how to act when you get it. That's why you're not getting it. God said, be you, for real, today. He said, be who you are. He created you to be a specific person. He created you to do things in his kingdom. As I share, we went in together in the kingdom. Like that's what I'm here to help you with. I'm that friend that's here to help you get through this. I am here to encourage you today that if you want to live a fulfilled and purposed life, you must start getting in a better relationship with the one that created you. That's like trying to fix a Toyota with a Nissan manual. It don't work that way. Get into the Creator's manual. He created you to be who he created you to be for a reason. Start identifying with the things that you know that you're passionate about. Start identifying with the things that he called you to. And stop complaining. Complaining is toxic. Why are you complaining today when he gave you a voice? He did not give you a voice to complain. Yes, venting is necessary because that's exposing a thing. However, once you've exposed that problem and you've put it on the altar of prayer, let it go. I'm not about to sing Frozen, y'all. Don't even try it because I know y'all heard it. I did. But it's Happy Friday, y'all. I'm super hyped. I'm excited. This week has definitely been a challenge. You know, I'm very transparent. We went in together. And this week, y'all, I was like, okay. Devil, you need to go on. Break back in the hell that you belong in and leave me alone. So, he don't get no credit. He gets stomped on and crushed because I always remember this. And this is how awesome our God is. Yeah, the devil can come for you. Whoever this is for, listen up. The devil can come for you, okay? The devil can definitely come for you. However, just because he came for you don't mean that he didn't get permission. He had to get permission. So you laugh at that joker. That's why I always laugh at the enemy. Mug, you had to get permission from my creator to even bother me. Get back. Good day. Carry on. Toodly-doo. Like, literally. So I'm going to leave y'all with the toodly-doo. And on a serious note, exposure. Remember these words again. I'm going to share them one more time so that you can remind yourself what you're working on. So you can remind yourself that God is showing you who you are to start being who you are. He's preparing you for the place that he promised you. So if you're going into a place that he promised you, you must prepare. And a part of that preparation is being who you are. As I said that, I thought of Moses as he was leaving Egypt. He had to prepare. Imagine being in his shoes. He was the stepbrother of, like, the king, literally. It was something like that. I'm trying to illustrate the word in my head as I share it. But he was definitely adopted into a family that was wealthy. And being adopted into a family that's wealthy, when you come from poverty, you don't know how to act. It's a little different. And that's how we are as us that are coming back into our Father's Father's kingdom. We don't know how to act because we getting in his kingdom where our ways are not his ways, and what we do is not what he does, and how he does things we don't understand. However, we have to prepare, because if we're not of this world, then we're in his kingdom. So we have to prepare ourselves to walk into our purpose as we are leaving that place that we once were in. And that place we once were in was where our mindset laid. So I share this for y'all. Get encouraged today. Get in your word. Because as I'm sharing about Moses, read about that. Look at how he went from poverty to the palace to taking his people out of that place. He stuttered. He was an orphan, basically, like he was given up for adoption. He was sent in water to go wherever. His story was ordained by God, and he lined up. No, he was not perfect. He killed a man. His anger got the best of him. However, his purpose was powerful. And if he did not prepare, we would not know what to do when we are leaving a place that we are familiar with. He had to expose that he didn't know how to talk. He had to give it to God, but he knew God called him. So, what do you have to give to God today so that you can be exposed and start walking in who you were called to be? I'm hitting stuff like I got hype. Y'all should see me right now. I am on hands. Like I be talking with my hands, y'all, because I be feeling it. It's like I feel animated as the Ruach speaks to me. And it's very exciting because I know this is for somebody else. Somebody right now is like, I'm so irritated with where I am in life. I've worked so hard. God has shown me who I am. And I'm still right here. Nah, you're not right there. You've been moved on. He waiting for you to show up. So, call yourself who you are today. That is you. That's the real you. Stand up. So, I got hype again. So, again, I hope that you are having a good day on purpose. If you're not, it's not too late. Let's start now. Remember, no one has a heaven or hell to put you in. As my mentor always says, forget those folks. They don't matter. Concentrate on who God created you to be. Expose the real you today. Stop hiding. Let's get real. And use wisdom. Be wise as a serpent. And no, I think that's it. I always get it twisted, but it's in my spirit. Wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Something like that is powerful. Find it in the word. If you want to correct me, put it in the comments. I'm with it. We winning together. So, that's all I got today, y'all. I hope you have a good day on purpose. Good day.